Hello, Guinea, and welcome back to Mass Effect. Well, we're just about to go to our third planet for fighting the Geth. They've set up bases in this system, a lot of bases in this system, and we are here to stop them from mounting a full-on attack. Medallion recovered. Fantastic. I highly doubt there's another one, but it's always good to check. Okay. Let's see. Survey you. Heavy metal. Okay. And you also get surveyed. Heavy metal. Okay. Man, these people just love heavy metal music. Nothing on you, Tali'zora. Okay, nothing on you, Solmarlon. Malwinor. Alright, that's everything except for the landing space. This looks like a flat-ish world. Mostly flat lands. Let's hope that's the case. We're gonna take our Geth destroying experts, aka tech strength. There we go. Whee! Snowy planet filled with Geth. Alright, there's an anomaly over here, so we'll go to that first. Then we're gonna go to this corner, then this corner, then this corner, then we'll either do the debris or the Geth outpost. Okay, anomaly first. Whee! Ooh, there's two things over here. Yep. I hate how your spit can bypass my shields. Wow, that was a complete and utter miss. Alright, now, oh crap. Right back to where you were before, huh? Not dead yet. This one's not doing the tentacle things. Not that I mind, but... And it's dead. Whoa. Let's repair. Okay. There we go. Wreckage. The vehicle and the human corpses show the telltale signs of Geth weapons fire. The Geth have been mangled by the Thresher Maw. At least they got what was coming to them. Alright, so the Geth and whatever people were in that vehicle. The Geth killed the people and the vehicle, and the Geth were killed by the Thresher Maw. And what's this over here? Oh, this is another Prothean ruin. Recover the Prothean ruin! Prothean data disk recovered. Alright. You know that I'm very high level because the Thresher Maw does not level me up anymore. Okay, so that's everything here, so let's go down to this corner over here. swear I'm sliding on the snow, but I know that ice sliding in this game isn't real. Ice sliding can't hurt you. Alrighty then. Well, that was fun. You wonder why I hate mountains in this thing. Slightest bump with my rockets boosting, and I literally fly upside down. Aha! Some minerals hiding within this rock formation. Alright, where are you? You're gonna be up, aren't you? Nope, there you are. Survey the Mercury. Done and done. Okay. Still heading towards the other corner. Alright. We are on course. In fact, I want to be a little off course. A little too close, or getting a little too close to the sides. Never mind, we are on course. A little too close to the sides is exactly where we want to be. Because there's the minerals. I don't know why I'm climbing this mountain. It's on the other side. I'm sure it's probably in the mountain somewhere. There it is. Yeah, I didn't need to climb that mountain at all. Come on, turn around. There we go. Lithium. There we go. Alright, this should be the other corner. Yep. Hey, now let's head up here. To the debris. What is a debris? I'm quoting an extremely goofy movie. The second of the goofy movies. The first one was great, by the way. Last week was the anniversary of a goofy movie. April 7th. And, they released a documentary on Disney Plus that I am looking forward to seeing. Alright, here we go. Debris followed by enemy. Look at that, we're being jammed from here. Not anymore, we're not. Thank you. Not worth it. Alright, there's no point in highlighting this. Somewhere over here. Okay, facing away from it. There just tanking all these hits. I shouldn't be, though. How are you alive? There we go. Ooh. That was a hefty hit. I gotta repair. There we go. And now for you. Wow, you've been healing. No, it's one of the big ones, that's why. Oh, crap. Okay. Just want to leave a bunch of big ones for me to take care of. Got it.
Just one more outpost left.
Okay then. That's done. Shredder rounds, Inferno rounds. Combat Optics 9. Hell yeah. I'll put those in there. Square. Let's see, tungsten rounds, inferno rounds, soulbound, high explosive rounds, plus 500 heat generation, plus 500 weapons force, plus 20 damage. That's something for a shotgun. Rex, I got a present for you. See, let's get the combat optics 9 on there. And this is a kinetic stabilizer. I don't think I have a better kinetic stabilizer. Never mind, I got a kinetic coil. This is a level 7. This is a level 8. At the very least, I should put this on here. Alright. And I think I got the same stuff on this, even though I don't use it. Let's see. Proton rounds. I don't think I've got any better proton rounds than what I've currently got. Yep. That's the best I'm gonna get for now. I might as well put in the other kinetic stabilizer, kinetic coil. And then I don't have a better combat scanner for this. Never mind, I got this one that I just took off. There we go. Alright. Finish that off. Let's head to this corner now. Sorry, I didn't mean to... Oh, I'm headed the wrong direction. I'm heading out to sea. Alright, once again, I'm a little too close to the edge. I don't like that I just did a flip. Ooh. Ooh. There's something worth grabbing. Alright. I'm either having a heat flash where the sun came up, and now the heat of the day is actually becoming an issue. Let's see here. There we go. Now, let's see about getting around these mountains. Yeah, this is the best path to do that. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything in that corner, which means center of the map. I don't think there's any other materials here, but I have found quite a few, so worth at least checking out. Come on. Come on, give me something good. Alright. Nothing else, it looks like. We'll do our epic jump and leave. Or semi-epic jump and leave. Or completely not epic jump and leave. Okay. Alright. Let me see here. Okay. There is one more Geth outpost that we know about. Right over here. At least we assume it's right over there, because there's 4 outposts that we know about. We've been to 3 of them, and there's only one other location, solar system, to go to. That was a nice victory hydration. Alright, John Thor, survey. Matriarch's writings. What do you know? Let's see, this little green thing, survey. Antirungan. How many mushrooms do I have to take to pronounce the name of that planet? Okay, we surveyed 2 things and we found our landing zone. Let's do it to it. One last outpost to destroy. There we go. Fly me to the moon, Normandy. Let me play among the stars. Okay. Map. Alright, so that's the Overrun Research Outpost. That's the anomaly. And that's the debris. We're gonna go for the anomaly first. Because one of the last planets, the anomaly was an important thing that we needed to remove the Geth from. So there's always a possibility that there's another anomaly that's Geth related. So, try to do the anomalies first. What do you know? This anomaly was not on our map. Another Thresher Maw? Nope. Scavenger Corpse. The burnt corpses, evidently a mom-and-pop independent salvage team, show signs of close-range hits from Geth heavy particle beams. That's a sorry thing to see. Something was added to our map, though. I don't see anything new on our map, so I wonder if they would have added the Geth outpost if I didn't already know the Geth outpost was there. Like if I showed up here and before I got the information. Okay. You led me astray and now I'm upset. I hate mountains in this game! Ooh. Why? I bounced off of something, it aimed me in the wrong direction, and then I sped in that direction. Why? Alright, this is probably the mom and pop salvage team base. Edge 9, Avalanche 9, Thunder 9. Scavengers who blah 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 this camp are gone. We already found their corpses. Okay, so this was the scavenger camp to the scavenger corpses. And then there's this thing down here that has nothing to do with either of that. Now these mountains I like. Woo! See, they even rewarded me for saying I like them. Okay. There it is. I was like, it doesn't look like it's that, it's like down in the valley, but... Polonium. Is polonium a real element, or is it made up? The world will never know. Unless you are on a computer or have a cell phone in your pocket and can check Google. Or Bing. Or Ask Jeeves. I guess it's just ask.com now. Medallion! Medallion. Alright, let's go to the corner. And then we can head to the next corner. Alright, we just gotta see that red wall. There it is. Now let's head way over here. And we can head up here and get the debris, and then to this corner, then back over to this corner, then down to the center. We're doing all the things before we do the thing we're here for. Alright. Speeding along, rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Sorry, I had to quote the song. Alright, here we are. Another mountain. This one doesn't look too difficult. But just difficult enough to annoy me. Looking at all these rock formations, I'm starting to see faces. I think they're mostly Saren. I might need therapy. Sorry, I was speaking as Shepard in that moment. Speaking of speaking for Shepard, let's go to the debris. Whee! Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Oh, minerals. Of course, it's in the jagged mountains of the southwest. It's also pretty close to the... In fact, I'm expecting to be jammed in just a minute. Alright, come on, right there. Perfect. And you place me on the slope, of course. Thorium deposit. Done and done. Okay. That's a good point. Ezo is element 0. It causes magic. I'm glad you don't make noise when you're falling from a high height. glad debris doesn't fall off of you. It could be one of these things that we search for on planets. Whoa. I swear the flag started following me. Alright. Snowblind and incendiary explosive. Okay. Alright, up to this corner. Off we go for more minerals. Oh god. Even though I know that's not a real bright sun, it still feels real to me. Alright, we weren't that far from the edge. Nothing of interest in that direction. Let's head back this way. See if we find some minerals, and then we can head to the center of the map and not... Oh, hey, what do you know? Not just for minerals, but for the actual event we have to do. Don't tip me over, please. There we go. Titanium. Minerals surveyed. Can't wait till I find Pikachunium. Next element we find. Next element as a human and AI race as we find. We're gonna name it Pikachunium. Because it'll be yellow. And it will have an electrical discharge. Mark my words now. Because when it happens, I will scare myself. Mind freak! Alright, we're all good here. Let's head to the outpost. Hold on. This is an overrun research outpost. Which means it's not just a turreted and Geth-surrounded facility with a Colossus on it. Or Geth-surrounded outpost with a Colossus on it. It is most definitely a research outpost that has been taken over by the Geth. Which means we have to go inside the building and clear out the Geth. We actually have a ground mission. Not that I dislike killing all the Geth in the Mako. It's quite easy and fun. Alright, I went up here because like I said, a lot of these planets have a pathway that you can take that is littered with turrets, which are worth experience points and gear. So I saw this as a pathway. And while it doesn't seem to be... Aha! Here's the pathway. You see the lights? I knew it. There we go. Right, so follow the lights around. That'll take you up to the research facility. Surprisingly enough, there's not any turrets, any defenses, yet. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Now we know what's in here, don't we? With all these spiked towers, we know for a fact that we're gonna be hunting some, husks. Alright, all of these are red, or most of them are red. This one's not red. Whoops. Every so often, I just misclick. There we go. Ooh, Solikov, shotgun, Lancer, and a Striker. Striker 10, interesting. I highly doubt it's better than what I currently got, but I want to check it out. It is not even close. Alright. Nothing over here, but I did see one over here. Okay. Kessler 9, Tsunami 8, and Lancer 9. We'll take them all. Alright, here we go. Husks. Lots and lots of husks. And of course they got the setup the way I don't like it. Why aren't you taking damage? I was not missing, I know. Okay, and the last one. There we go. Oh, that wasn't the last one. That's the last one. Okay, no more husks. At least in this room. Let's see. Check the corners, make sure there's nothing of value in them. Look at me run. That's what I get for getting my fitness up. Medical kit, yeah, we'll take it. I don't think we need it, but we'll take it. Still down to 8 grenades. How do I resupply that? Apparently I just gotta find them? Or maybe I can only hold 8? Oh yeah, see there's more husks back here. Oh. Apparently opening one door opened both doors. Or activated enough of them that they came at me. Okay, Firestorm. Ah. Armageddon 9, nice. Suddenly there's more husks. Striker, Avenger, and a hammer. Okay. I think that's everything in this room. That tells you just how many husks they made from this location. And just how many people were here. Okay. Malfunctioning object. Alright. All these poor researchers. Aha! There we go. These people didn't even keep their valuables locked up. Wow, this place is littered with husks again. Oh, those aren't husks. Those aren't husks. Alright. Oh, you're fighting on our side right now. I'll take that as a yes. Hold on. That was a waste of assassination. There we go. Garrus, you're bothering me. Okay. Who's left? There's 2 Geth over here. There's one. Aha! There's two. Okay, unless they decided to put some enemies in the entrance, which they usually don't, we should be all good here. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we walk outside and there's suddenly a bunch of husks again. Or if they drop something from a dropship. Speaking of a dropship, get to cover, get to cover. There we go. Let's see, let's turn this on. There we go. I want to turn this on. Garrus. Ooh, level up. Happy about that.
Strange. I expected one of these outposts to be the main base of operations for this incursion.
Hold on. This receiver's picking up some kind of transmission. Based on the signal strength, I'd say it's coming from inside this star cluster.
It must be a message from the primary Geth base. We can use the signal to lock onto its location and take them out.
Alright. So usually I like to set this up so that way I hit the transmitter as the last thing I do. That way I get that message while I'm at a Geth transmitter. Makes sense, doesn't it? Alright. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Undo. First aid and fitness. There we go. Fitness increases health, grants the immunity ability. Okay, first aid increases squad healing. Alright, so I've got more health now. I'm also doing better heals for my squad. Dampening. Tech proximity mine shuts down enemy tech and biotic abilities. Okay. Tactical armor. Grants damage protection. Grants shield boost. Unlocks medium armor. Alright. Anyway, we can auto-level you up. And we're all good. Sure, we'll save the game. Okay, we've already explored this entire planet at this point, so let's just head out. We also now know where the main base of operation for the Geth is, so we're gonna go straight to there. And once again, I'm fairly certain that once we get to this main base of operation in Grissom, we should find something that Tali will find very important. Benna! Survey. Medallion recovered. Zathru, survey. Light metal. Notbon. Nothing of interest here. Let me guess, your moon is where we land. There we go. Level 1 feat hazard. Gotta check both asteroid belts. Okay, nothing of interest there. Out to the outer belt. Aha! Survey the rocky asteroid. Rare element, of course. Polonium. Okay, let's land on this moon. Level 1 feat hazard. It's a hotspot. Alright, who should I pick for my companions? Well, it's a tough decision, but I'm gonna go with Garrus and Tali. Okay. Nice starry atmosphere. So it's either nighttime or there is no atmosphere. Okay, let's see what we got. There's an anomaly down here, debris here, and that's the main base of operations. Interesting, it just says open journal and doesn't give me any information. Alright, let's go take care of these two, then we'll do this, and then we'll explore for, elements. Not sure how I feel about this just yet, but the fact that I'm already climbing a mountain. You know what I don't like about this game? Okay, where's the anomaly? Let me guess, smack dab in the middle of this mountain here. How did you know? Okay, up. Oof. Where is it? There it is. Sorry, capsule. About to get some matriarch writings. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's head to the debris. Alrighty then. Okay, debris. Give me some new stuff to equip. Hopefully it's level 9, level 10. There it is. Okay. Simon says I get the stuff. Energized plating and fusion explosive. Okay. Alright, we'll head to this corner here. And then we will head towards the Geth. Simply because everything is down in one contained area. So that means that afterwards we can explore. Oh god. Not happy to see this mountain. I am happy to see that though. We found some minerals. And the corner. Whoa, not that way. There we go. Should be right around here. No, I'm not close enough yet. It's on the other side, isn't it? Oh no. Come on, there we go. Okay, should be right here. There it is. Magnesium. Alright, there we go. Wonder if we've surveyed some tungsten. I'm sure it's happened. Okay, let's head to the Geth. This is the main Geth base of operations in this sector. Getting rid of this, we should stop their supposed invasion. Oof. Ooh. Menacing red. Ow. Ow. That's one down. Don't know how you survived. There you go. There's another one. Dang it. There we go. Alright. Somehow I'm having a much easier time of it up close than far away. Why have you just decided that I'm not a threat anymore? Of course. Okay, I think we've destroyed them all, but just to be sure, we'll go around. Yep, all good. Alright, repairs. It's not like I don't have basically an infinite supply of Omni Gel to spare. I love that I keep hitting it for repairs and it still stays at 99. Oh, we're jammed. Not anymore. Whoa. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. I'm going to overload you. Tali, get behind cover. Tali, get behind cover. Tali, get behind cover. Get sappers back there. It seems to be stuck. As the last Geth falls, you hear music from across the room. On the monitor, a Quarian stands before a hushed crowd, warbling a mournful a cappella of words and innocence lost. The recorded song is dispatched to the Geth worlds behind the Perseus Veil. Transmitter shuts down. Interesting. Why would they be transmitting that? Upgrade kit. Heck yeah. See? Geth terminal. Easy decryption. You discovered a number of encrypted Geth data files. In the proper hands, they could reveal much about the evolution of the Geth since the banishment of the Quarians. Download data. Wow, I wonder who we're going to give that to. Alright. Edge 9, Crossfire 9, and Harpoon 9. Would you please start giving me more 10s? As much as the 9s are nice, I could really use more 10s. Alright, let's head upstairs to where the Geth sniper was located. Nothing back here. And this door doesn't open. Okay, we got what we came here for. Okay, I thought Tali was glitched somewhere downstairs, but we're all good. Alrighty then. Door control. We've already opened the door. Exit building. Exit building. There we go. Alright, we've done what we came here for. Lots of extra stuff. Oh, that was from killing the stuff outside. Alright, let's save our game. I don't know why I just hit that button. Map. Let's head to the corner up here, see if we find anything worth grabbing. I was apparently facing the wrong direction. a mineral hunt again? Why do you do that? Why? How and why do you do that? Oh, we found some minerals, that's a plus. Always nice to find some minerals. Why must you put them on the top of a jagged peak? You know I hate climbing jagged peaks. No, you don't, because you're just a game that was designed a long time ago. And you're the first of many, of three. Of four, I should say. Gotta remember that Andromeda was a thing. I still wish it was a thing, though. Andromeda was not a bad game. Don't get me wrong. It definitely was not... I wouldn't say it wasn't as good as Mass Effect, but it was not Shepard. And that alone made it bad in a lot of people's eyes. It shouldn't have, though. Because it was still a good game, and it got us away from Shepard. Now the biggest issue that we had was, A, it was the B team, so it was an inexperienced team from another location that didn't have much experience in making games, or if they did, they were never big name games like this one, like Mass Effect. And B, they didn't have the funding to have all of the races of the Mass Effect characters. And C, they only had enough funding to introduce one new race. So of course, one new enemy and one new race, that seems pretty flat for a Mass Effect game. You know, how many races have we seen in this game alone? This is the first one. You know, no one expected it to be massive. At this point, probably. But it turned out to be one of the greatest sci-fi games of all time. And so, how do you expect a team with half the budget of a regular Mass Effect game to succeed when they're inexperienced as well, and they're not allowed to use any of the assets, or a lot of the assets from the old game? It felt like it was set up to fail, and yet they did a pretty good job. Just remember that the next time you think about playing Mass Effect Andromeda. They did a pretty good job, even though they were set up to fail. That should tell you everything you need to think about. Alright, one last run down this way, and then we should be heading back to the Normandy. Now we still got two other missions we can do that we found from Exogeny on Pharos. We also have our new story-ish mission, the DLC mission, I should say. Ugh, I hate these mountains. What makes them more infuriating is that...
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
I know, I'm trying. What makes these more infuriating is the fact that they're surrounded by essentially flat land. Oh my gosh, let me out. There we go. Alright, stop leaving the area. There's so much flat land, and yet I gotta ride on the mountains. And they're all jagged peaks that are difficult to climb. See, straight up. Just nothing and then straight up. Alright, where's the edge? I need the edge so I can finally leave. Where did I... There it is. Alright, I really don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then we'll call it a day. Alright, here we go. I want to get into this valley over here. Then we'll head northern. This is not the valley I thought it was. I don't want to climb those mountains. I refuse. You're gonna make me climb the mountains, aren't you? All for nothing. Alright, so this is the valley I was thinking of. And there's still nothing here, so let's leave, yay! Alright, so we did all of that. Let's go see... Like I said, I'm fairly certain that this is the stuff we have to give to Tali. For her... mission. For her pilgrimage. Let's see what she can do with it. Ooh, also I need to see if he has new stuff for me. Yes.
Let's see what you've got. You bet, Commander.
Harpoon, avalanche. Not nearly as good as what I currently have. Solikov, Crossfire, Banshee, Lancer, Razor, Guardian, Kessler. And we're at the 9s. Now we're down to the 8s. Okay, so he doesn't have what I'm looking for yet. Wow, even the stuff that I usually buy is gone. Alright, let's give this to Tali.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Of course.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
I understand.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
Then you'll leave us.
If I give you this data, your pilgrimage is over. You'll go back to your own people.
Not right away. I'll stay with you as long as it takes to stop Saren. But my people need this.
To kill the Geth.
You think you can use this information to destroy your enemy?
Not right away. We will need to study it. It could take years, but it will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Alright.
Go ahead. Make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt. One I can never repay. The only thing I can offer in return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with you until Saren and his Geth armies are defeated.
Good.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
Wonderful. Alright, so that's pretty much Tali finished. And that's a great place for us to end. Alright, gaming, thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out when you do that. As I always like to say at the end of these videos, don't get assassinated!